friends. Well, here's Hope and Anna's on the floor. She might make an appearance. And today we want to talk briefly about oodles. Oodles and doodles and poos, and not talking about poos like in cuckapoos or, you know, going to the bathroom poos, but, you know, all those mixed breed dogs that have poo in them, and all those mixed breed dogs that have oodles and doodles in them. All those mixed breed dogs, that's what your grandmother and that's what your grandfather would call a mutt, right? Not a purebred dog, not a purebred dog, not a pedigree dog, maybe grandma would call it a pedigree dog, but a mutt that people are spending a lot of money on, a lot of money, and people are making a lot of money, and it's a cash business. I want to talk about that for just a minute, and I want to compare breeders, and I'll use the term loosely because that includes what we would call backyard breeders and puppy mills. And make no mistake, there's an awful lot of backyard breeders with a flash website or a neat Facebook page that are just one step above puppy mills. They're breeding dogs for money, like, you know, a cash crop. They're making their house payments and their car payments by breeding dogs, right? So I want to compare those kinds of people. Here's Mr. Rollo. I want to compare those kinds of people with average rescue groups. Any reputable Humane Society, any reputable rescue group out there, any breed-specific rescue group. And I want to compare those groups with the breeder that you're considering getting a puppy from, or you may have already gotten a puppy from. One of those groups is going to ask you for references, and they're going to check your references. They're going to ask you who your veterinarian is, and they're going to call and check with that veterinarian to see what your history is. You want to go back in the sun? You can go back in the sunshine. That's fine. One of them is not. One of them is going to possibly even do a home check and verify that your home is suitable and adequate and you've got adequate fencing. One of them is not. One of them is going to make sure that your dog is going to be spayed or neutered, either before you take possession of the dog or as soon as the dog is old enough to be spayed or neutered. And one of them is not. One of them is going to make sure that it's completely healthy, this dog or puppy that you're going to adopt. It's going to get a complete examination from a veterinarian. And one of them is not. Can you figure out which group is going to do all of those things and which group is not? And I wonder why. Ask yourself that. Ask yourself why you're paying this exorbitant amount of money for a mixed breed dog, what Grandma used to call a mutt or a Heinz 57, right? You're spending this exorbitant amount of money for people that aren't asking those questions and aren't making those kinds of demands on you. One of those two groups actually cares about what's best for the dog, and one of them only cares whether you have enough cash with you or not. It's a free country for sure. I don't want that to change, but please think about that before you support an industry that is directly contributing to a high level of unwanted pets in our country, in our culture, in our world. Do your research. You know, enjoy your dog, love your cat, love your dog, but do your research. You know, support people who have your dog's best interest at heart, not their pocketbook, not their bank statement. Oh, probably not a bank statement because it's a cash business. Oh, speaking of which, one of those groups will gladly show you their year-end tax statements. And one of those groups will tell you to get lost. It's none of your business. I wonder why. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your dog. Enjoy your cat. Be a responsible pet owner.